Welcome back to Consultants Corner. I'm Rebecca Brizi. This is my corner. I am a consultant, but am I consultative? Another word I hear used by everybody. We take a consultative approach. I take a consultative approach to working with my clients. My approach is consultative. I like to build a consultative relationship with my clients. Remember the video about adjectives and how they should all be replaced with full sentences? It is worth highlighting the word consultative in particular. What's wrong with a consultative approach? Nothing's wrong with a consultative approach. You should, everybody should, take a consultative approach to working with your clients, especially if you are freelance on your own small business. You want your clients to know that you are taking an interest and you're taking the time to understand their needs and their context and their environment. That's what a consultative approach is, designing a solution for their need, not just getting them something off the shelf regardless of their needs or their particular situation. The problem is the use of the word. If your clients can ever ask you, but what's the alternative? Then that's the wrong word to use. And with the word consultative, that's the first thing I always think of. Well, what's the alternative? How else would you design a solution for me? If you weren't taking a consultative approach, are you just doing the exact same thing for me that you've done for all of your other clients? I don't want that. I want the solution for me. I always use the example of selling pens because it is something so straightforward that we can buy obviously very much off the shelf. And most of the time we just want a black ink Bic pen. And yet you can take a consultative approach to selling pens because you can talk to somebody about what they're doing with that pen, what effect they want to have. Is this about expediency or is it about impression? Who is the audience for whatever will be written with that pen? What will make a difference to that audience? What story are they telling with these notes? Is this about writing love letters? Is this about calligraphy? Is this about taking shorthand notes? There are so many different uses for a pen, and you could take a consultative approach to selling pens and getting the exact right pen to each client. Yes, I do suggest that all of you take a consultative approach. What I don't suggest is that you overuse the word consultative. For one thing, it's one of those words that too many people use, and I don't see that it adds anything. If you do want to be specific in explaining how you work with somebody, if you really want to get across the fact that I'm going to sit down with you and understand what you're working on, and everything you get from me is going to be made to measure, then say that. Explain how that works. Explain how you learn how to operate in your customer's context. To me, consultative doesn't say that. To me, consultative just says, this is a good word that I should use. But it doesn't prove that you're doing the thing. It does not tell your audience that you actually know what it means to be consultative. It's just an overused word. And because of that, at best, it just sounds like you are using a word that is popular. But there is another extreme to this, which is at worst, your audience doesn't even know what you mean. I'm not suggesting that your audience doesn't know what the word consultative means. What I'm saying is it's such a generic word that your audience is saying, what does that even mean? You sell pens, I just want a pen. Consultative sounds like it's gonna take a long time for you to sell me a pen. It doesn't have to take a long time. It can be done quickly. It can be done succinctly. And it is not a big effort on the client's part. The outcome, however, is better for the client because they're getting the exact pen that will best respond to their needs. Yet if that word doesn't convey that, then the risk is that the word actually sounds heavy, sounds like a lot of work. I don't really know what you mean by consultative, but it sounds like a big commitment. It's worth noting that I am a consultant. I define myself as a management consultant, and I do not use the word consultative. It would be redundant in my case anyway, but I prefer to be specific about how I serve a client. That in of itself is not always easy, and I'm still continuously perfecting the message that I use. It's that constant struggle of taking something that is intangible and trying to make it a tangible experience. I consider that to be a process for continuous improvement. It'll never be perfect, but so long as I'm always getting better at it. Do you find yourself using the word consultative? If so, challenge yourself to describe what you mean by consultative. Can you be more specific? Can you make a concrete promise? And more importantly, can you describe something that is particular to how you work, that is going to make people associate that function with you, not just with a lot of people who are consultative in their approach. Don't advertise the competition, advertise yourself. So I suppose you only have homework today if you actually use the word consultative, but I'll go back to the adjectives video. Look at the words that you use. Consider where you are using adjectives and consider where you are using words to which your clients could respond, what's the alternative? Words matter. They make a big difference. And for more ways on how to use words as a strength, you can check out my book, Phrases for Business Success, 30+ phrases with specific applications Each phrase comes with a description, examples, and a little bit of homework. And if you do the homework, you are building a strong definition for your business, and you're even building the functions for your business. Happy reading, enjoy that, and I, of course, will see you back here at the next video. Bye now. Are there imperfections on my set?